don't know where this is going, but I know that this is where I'm supposed to be and where I'm supposed to go. And you know that from a sense and a feeling, and then all of a sudden what starts to happen is you practice, yes, right? All the time. It's like you practice listening to that intuition, and something inside of you in the very moment feels okay. And it doesn't mean that the part of you that is fearful or doubtful or uncertain are not present. So on this kind of healing journey, part of it is listening to our intuition, but not to be confused that the intuition is always, sometimes it is, sometimes it's crystal clear. It's like no, yes, go, and it's a whole body yes, right? And sometimes it's like, I don't know the outcome, but I know I'm supposed to be here. And then that creates momentum. And as you kind of follow that thread, that momentum starts to build, and you start to trust the unfolding. As you start to listen to your intuition, you start to trust the unfolding. Because the other thing too, I think the myth is like, our intuition is not always going to give us something we like. Our intuition is not always going to give us a scenario. Sometimes it is. Sometimes it's going to, you listen to it and you're like, oh my God, I'm so glad I came to this party and I totally understand why. And now I met this person, blah, blah, blah. And sometimes you listen, and life is on the healing path, is what I call, there's a deeper prayers. We all have these deeper prayers. And life will answer those deeper prayers, and sometimes you don't even realize what those deeper prayers are, and it's going to ready you for that path. And it might ready you in situations that are not necessarily pleasant or pleasurable. So I'll just give you an example. Years ago, I was giving this, I used to give mom and baby yoga teacher training. So I used to train other yoga teachers how to teach mom and baby. Right. And that was like, it was just my joy. It was my pleasure. It was my project, my baby. And my deeper prayer that year was, I want to know love, but not like love, a romantic love or in a partner love, but just like, what is love? I want to know it. I want to experience it. And in that training, I had somebody who everyone, 9 out of 10 people loved it. And then I had one woman in the training, she literally just sat in the corner and she was just like, this sucks, SHIT, and of course my ego was like, oh my God, she just, and my part of me that wanted to please her, and the part of me that was so attached to this project, and this part of me that wanted this outcome. And of course, after reflection, after kind of getting over myself and my attachment to the outcome of needing people to like me and like my project and all this stuff, I realized, life was answering my question. You want to know love? You want to know true love? Then experience something and someone that doesn't like something that you're in love with. And it wasn't about me loving her, it was about me loving me, even when, even when I was totally taking it all so personally and wanting her to love me and love my project. And so could I love myself in that experience? So listening to intuition, it feels like you're supposed to be there, but it's not necessarily always the most pleasurable ride. And I think that's kind of the human experience. As a soul, we kind of come down and like, whoa, okay, let's experience what it is to have a body. Let's experience what it is to have emotions. Let's experience it to have like these deep contrast of pain, deep polarization of deep pain, and then deep joy, and then like a timeline where it's like there's life and death here, right? When in reality, all things are there's always a cycle. There's never nothing really ever dies. Like once we leave this physical body, our spirit still remains. So, it's the intuition of, oh, yeah, I know I'm supposed to be here, even though it feels scary or it doesn't feel necessarily like I'm so certain about the outcome.